50 Cent has finally responded to all of Lil Meech's threats, attacks, and even a restraining order. And in a move that shocked everyone, he took the high road. Instead of clapping back with more insults or legal action, 50 surprised the world by saying he understands where Meech is coming from, acknowledging his frustration, and even extending an olive branch. He announced that he wants to link up with Lil Meech and talk things out. And in a shocking twist, he said that Meech is still welcome to return to the BMF cast. But hold on, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. Could this be a genuine attempt at peace? Or is it all part of a bigger, more strategic scheme to have Lil Meech fall right into his vicious trap? We're about to break it all down, and trust me, this story is far from over. For those who need a quick recap, things between 50 Cent and Lil Meech have been nothing short of full-scale war. It all started when 50 had Meech locked up on harassment charges, and instead of things cooling down after his release, Meech decided to escalate the situation. First, he allegedly sent his people after 50, shocking not just 50 himself, but Rick Ross and even his own father, Big Meech. That reckless move already had the industry talking. But then Lil Meech took things even further. He filed a restraining order against 50, a decision that, while it protected him, also cost him everything. With that legal action in place, he officially killed any chance of returning to BMF since 50 couldn't legally be near him. That seemed like the final nail in the coffin for their relationship. But just when we thought the beef had hit its peak, Lil Meech went on IG Live and dropped another bombshell. He threatened to expose every secret he knew about BMF, the cast, and production team. He spoke with so much conviction that people actually started to believe he might have some serious dirt to spill. That IG Live made it clear. Meech wasn't just trying to win a fight. He wanted to burn everything down. Fans were left wondering how 50 would react. Would he go after Meech legally? Would he humiliate him on social media like he's done with his other enemies? Would he expose Meech in a way that would end his career? Nope. 50 did something that no one saw coming. He responded with grace, understanding, and what seemed like genuine concern. He admitted that he understands why Lil Meech is frustrated. He acknowledged that things have been messy and that emotions are running high. And then, in a move that stunned everyone, he said that he still sees potential in Lil Meech and that he's willing to sit down with him, talk things out, and get this, bring him back into the BMF series. Now, this sounds like a feel-good ending, right? The mentor and his young protege finally coming back together, putting their differences aside and focusing on the bigger picture. But come on, this is 50 Cent. When has he ever let a beef slide that easily? Something about this doesn't sit right, and a lot of people are starting to think this might just be part of 50's master plan. Let's break this down. 50 Cent is a mastermind when it comes to strategic moves. He never does anything without a bigger goal in mind. So why would he suddenly go from calling Meech out, having him arrested, and making it clear he was done with him, to now saying he understands, wants to meet up, and is even offering him a second chance? Could it be that 50 is setting up the ultimate trap for Meech? Think about it. If Lil Meech falls for this and agrees to meet up, that gives 50 the perfect opportunity to get close to him again. And what happens then? 50 controls the narrative. If they do talk things out, who do you think is going to come out looking like the bigger man? 50. Who's going to look like the emotional, reckless young kid who had to crawl back after all the drama? Lil Meech. And let's talk about the BMF offer. On the surface, it seems like a generous move, but is it really? If Meech comes back to BMF, that means he's once again working under 50's control. 50 will dictate his paycheck, his screen time, and his entire presence on the show. If things go south again, 50 can pull the rug out from under him whenever he wants. So is this really an olive branch? Or is it a power move disguised as generosity? Let's also not forget the restraining order. If Meech agrees to meet up with 50, what does that mean for the legal situation? Will he drop the restraining order? If he does, that makes it look like the whole thing was unnecessary from the start, further damaging his credibility. And if he doesn't, how can he work with 50 again? This whole situation is a chess game, and 50 is making the next move. Meanwhile, the industry is watching closely. Big Meech, Rick Ross, and everyone who had something to say about this feud are waiting to see what happens next. If Meech actually falls for this and walks back into 50's world, He better be ready for whatever comes next, because knowing 50, he's not just going to forgive and forget. There's always a bigger play in motion. So what will Lil Meech do? Will he accept the offer and take his seat back in BMF? Will he be cautious and refuse to step into what could be a setup? Or will he try to turn the tables and make a move of his own? One thing for sure, this story is far from over. And trust me, we'll be keeping y'all updated every step of the way.